Who is JiDion? He's an L content creator who goes around harassing people because he thinks he's funny. He's a trash, entitled, cringy douchebag who's one of the few YouTubers who can actually take criticism and grow from it. As much as people might hate JiDion and the type of content he makes, JiDion brings a level of authenticity to the platform you don't see very often. JiDion has made plenty of mistakes during his time in the spotlight, but one thing you can't take away from the man is his ability to grow not only as an influencer, but as a person.
People who are gonna find this kind of stuff funny. And like I said, his content basically just boils down to going around and messing with people.
Get this nigga gone. JiDion needs this nigga's a menace. This nigga's a menace. This nigga's a menace.
Let me talk you.
But I don't understand it, but I appreciate it so much.
So, about this JiDion guy. JiDion is a pretty well established YouTuber who does prank / vlog type videos. You're probably thinking, didn't this type of content die like 6 years ago? Well, yes, but with the emergence of JiDion and other channels such as Kai Cenat and Kanel Joseph, this prank / vlog type of content has started to grow on YouTube. And I think JiDion has been at the forefront of this resurgence. I believe in a few years, JiDion will be seen as a pioneer of content on YouTube. But of course, like all pioneers of YouTube, he won't leave unscathed. JiDion has been in a lot of controversies during his time in the spotlight, and this is mostly because of the type of content JiDion makes. He is bound to be controversial. When you go out and troll, which some people would say is harassment, which we will get into later, and post that online, many people will dislike the type of content you make and characterize you as a person based on that. A lot of people feel that JiDion takes his content too far, and many people have been critical of the things that JiDion has said or done. A great example of JiDion taking his antics too far is his video, Angry Artist Tries to Fight Me.
Get out of here right now. I've told you 4 or 5 times, stop touching the desk, stop touching the paper.
To summarize, JiDion went to the Mall of America and thought it would be funny to troll one of the artists that was working there. And based on the comments on this video, I think many people agreed that JiDion might have taken things too far. As an artist, every customer counts and time is crucial, and when some YouTuber comes in and messes things up, it can be very frustrating. And I think the artist's feelings are summed up perfectly with this clip.
I'm not escorting him out of here. Just let me draw my customers in peace.
He just wanted to do his job, and many YouTubers would have taken the video, posted it, and moved on with their lives. But JiDion is different. JiDion would end up returning back to Minnesota and actually clearing everything up. He would even give the artist $5,000, and what started off as JiDion taking things too far turned into something positive and wholesome. As much as JiDion trolls and creates problems with people, he always seems to kindle some kind of friendship out of it. I mean, we can look no further than the JiDion and Pokimane situation. There have been hundreds if not thousands of videos about the JiDion and Pokimane situation, and me going over all of it would be redundant. But to give an extremely quick summary, JiDion sent his fans to Pokimane's chat to spam an L+ ratio. Things spiraled out of control and JiDion and his fans were made out to be villains, with people comparing JiDion to Leafy is Here. If you don't know who Leafy is, he pretty much made a bunch of videos on Pokimane and other creators that fell under bullying and harassment and got banned, which seems like a good comparison because JiDion ended up getting banned after this stunt too. But again, many people will hold a grudge and have too high of an ego to apologize, but the beauty of JiDion is that he not only apologized, but ended up meeting with Pokimane and they've had multiple encounters and are good friends to this day. Of course, there are outliers. We won't talk about Tyrone. With multiple videos trolling him and a whole diss track made on him, he is the outlier in this situation. But I think the beauty of JiDion is that he knows he is inherently controversial, especially with the type of content he makes. But he also knows that everything is in good fun and is able to differentiate videos versus reality. Well, only sometimes. As much as I can sit here and talk about how amazing JiDion is, there are actually valid critiques of JiDion. One massive critique of JiDion that I actually somewhat agree with is that he has main character syndrome. Main character syndrome was a term popularized by TikTok and essentially means when you feel like the protagonist in your own story. And this especially applies to social media and living your life online. Social media has made it easier than ever to fall into the trap of main character syndrome, and that's because of the disconnect from reality. And the reason JiDion gets this criticism is because of the stunts he does in public. I think a great example of JiDion showing his main character nature was his Best Buy prank. JiDion would be asked to put on a shirt in the store, and since he didn't like the way he was asked, JiDion decided it would be a good idea to bring an army of his fans into the store without shirts. Yeah, sounds pretty main character, and plenty of people, especially on Reddit, have called out JiDion for his antics, and the video would actually end up getting deleted. I think it's good that JiDion deleted this video, because even though it was entertaining, going back and harassing store employees and even putting them in danger is not something that you should do, and especially put online. And I think that's where JiDion can get caught up sometimes. He wants to make the best content possible, and so he wants to get the best reaction. But in doing so, I feel that JiDion sometimes forgets about reality and that he is messing with people's livelihood. But I think it goes to show the love that JiDion has for his supporters. He was literally crying on stream not too long ago because he felt like he was phase rugging his fans and selling out. JiDion wants his fans to be entertained, but sometimes while trying to be entertaining, some issues arise.
During my meet and greet, this troll dude creator shoved into the line and started being a dick to you lot, being super rude and just a prick.
There have been hundreds if not thousands of videos about the situation, and this video is not a summary, but JiDion was just being his trolling self, and Tommy's fanbase decided to say JiDion was straight up harassing them. You can say maybe he cut out parts where he went too far, but to blindly make JiDion out to be someone he is not is wrong, and many people would make the situation bigger than what it needed to be, but he didn't. He posted the video clearing his name, and similarly to the Pokey situation, had a conversation with Tommy and cleared everything up. The same can be said about the Hassan situation and even the H3H3 situation. There always seems to be some kind of resolve, or at least a conversation is had. Even when JiDion is in the right, like with the It's Giving Bozo guy, he still took the time to sit down with the individual and have a conversation. As much as you might hate JiDion and his content, JiDion is such a unique content creator that has paved the way for a generation of content creators. From the ideas to the execution to the thumbnails and even the editing style and format, JiDion is one of those creators you have to tune into. You never know what stunt he is going to pull next, and has built a fan base that loves him for his personality and his content. There are extremely valid criticisms for the type of content JiDion makes, especially when he takes things too far. But JiDion is one of the few people on the platform who are able to understand when they are in the wrong and learn from it. We don't have many real ones left, and the thing I love about JiDion is that he is still genuine and true to himself. And I hope JiDion continues to be his funny, goofy, trolling self, because that's why I continue to watch and support. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.